My name is Elena Garrett, and I'm a realtor in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of North Texas. And today I'm sharing the list of best and worst zip codes to flip properties in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, at least for the midsummer of 2025. This date is from June 2025. This date is from the MLS. Let me show you, without further ado, which zip codes, in my opinion, are the best to invest in for the rest of the summer. Now, please be aware that we're coming to the end of the summer. So as the kids go back to school, the shopping, the home buyer activity is probably going to drop, and the prices of homes are going to start dropping. So please always remember, do not consider the summer ARV to be predicative of the price that you can get for the same house in the fall or in the winter. But without further ado, let's take a look at our zip codes. Let me increase my screen a little bit, let me try to increase my screen if I can do that, just so you can see it easier. Okay, based on my calculations, the best zip codes are the one that have the darkest color here in the months of inventory, means saturation. Months of inventory means market saturation of unsold homes. The lower is the MOI, months of inventory index, the less is the market saturated with unsold homes. And typically, the easier it is to sell your flipped home once it's ready to go on the market. So for that reason, I would like to highlight the following zip codes as one of the best ones that I see, that I personally would feel comfortable that if we did the flip there properly and everything was calculated properly up front, we could count on actually having the flip sold rather than linger on the market. So we have Cannondale, Bedford. Actually, I disregard this Merkle because I see that the days of inventory is high on this one. So when you see a blue color on the months of inventory, that's great. The blue color on the months of inventory needs to be paired up with a blue color on the days on the market column for the zip code to be actually a good zip code to invest, at least in my opinion. So we have Duncanville, Bedford, then multiple Dallas zip codes, Wilmer, Watauga. Now, notice, I'm sorry, cancel Wilmer, has 47 days on the market, not a blue days on the market type of an indicator, so disregard that. So let's take a look at the Watauga. Watauga, in my opinion, is a really good zip code, or a really good area, because we have 52 homes that are unsold, 31 homes sold in the last 30 days, which leads us to about 1.7 months of inventory as of June, which can change drastically once the kids go back to school. Only 11 days on the market at 277 median price range for sold homes, which means for people who are just starting out with their flip careers, Watauga could be definitely a place they could look at for deals. Flower Mound, more Dallas zip codes. I'm actually going to create an analysis of Dallas zip codes because Dallas is so big that we're going to maybe have like a breakdown of Dallas and Fort Worth zip codes that are good and not so good. So we have Grand Prairie, Grapevine, Colleyville, Grapevine, Keller, Euless, some zip codes in Denton, not all of them. Some zip codes in Garland, not all of them. Hopewell, Hearst, some zip codes in Irving, not all of them. Some zip codes in Arlington, not all of them. Hearst again, Dallas, actually Lancaster canceled that. Too many days in the market. Okay. Fort Worth, 76180. Grand Prairie again. Irving, Richardson, Farmers Branch, Fort Worth, more Farmers Branch. Arlington, Euless. I'm just going through the best ones. I would stop right here. Probably I wouldn't go too much past 2.5 months in the market, months of inventory. Although my table goes all the way to 3 months of inventory. So 3 months of inventory is more or less a balanced market. It means the buyers and the sellers have about the same kind of like power in a power struggle. My recommendation is to stay in the bluer colors for months of inventory and blue colors for days on market in your price range. I'm actually going to do a breakdown in a separate video for different best zip codes for different price ranges for the North Texas, like medium, low, high price ranges. Now that we talked about the best zip codes for flipping, let's look at the zip codes that I would say are significantly more troublesome. So as you go down, if you're using my table, pay extreme attention to the colors, because colors that are kind of yellowish indicate danger zone. Colors that are blue indicates good results. So the deeper the blue, the better is the indicator, the deeper is the yellow or orange, the worse is the indicator. So which ones I would definitely recommend staying away from? Anything that has more than 5 months of inventory is probably not a good bet. It means that for all the homes that are currently in the market, it would take 5 months for all of those homes to sell if they were selling at the current rate. And right now it is summer, so the rate is probably the highest in which we're going to see during this year. So for example, let's take a look at Weatherford in Parker County, 157 homes unsold, 31 homes sold. Now, I'm only using data for existing homes. New construction is not included in this report. Let's just say Cleburne, 46 homes unsold, 9 homes in that specific zip code. So if you have 157 unsold homes, adding a 158th home to the market will not necessarily make it a great move, because you're competing with 157 other sellers, and that's just a lot of a competition. So my recommendation is to stay away from all zip codes that have too many unsold homes, too many months of inventory. So if you look at the one that are troublesome, we have Weatherford, Cleburne, some Arlington. Remember, I told you Arlington, some zip codes are wonderful and other zip codes suck. Corsicana, same with Dallas. Some zip codes are wonderful, others just suck. More Weatherford, Everman, Josephine, Lil Elm. Boy, Lil Elm is saturated. The poor Lil Elm is so saturated with unsold homes. Take a look at this. 366. It probably takes the price for the most unsold homes. I don't know, is it? I'll double check. But it probably takes the price for the most unsold homes. So guess what all of those sellers are doing when they're seeing that they cannot compete with lower price homes? They're cutting their prices. So I do not recommend Lil Elm as an investment, as a flip, no matter what the price, because there's just too much competition in that area. Denton, Greenville, like the entire Hunt County is going to be sad. You're going to see it a little bit more down in the report. Godly, Grand Prairie, parts of Grand Prairie, some parts of Grand Prairie are great. Others are stuck. 33 homes unsold, 6 homes sold. Only 6 homes sold in the entire month of June, which was the most active months for the entire DFW. Anna, same situation probably as Lil Elm. And Lil Elm, all of those communities suffer severely from the builders building aggressively next to them. Please, 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 please do not take any properties, do not flip any properties next to a builder. The builder is attracting people with their 3%, 1%, 0% introductory interest rate that you will never be able to beat, and the builder is going to take all the business and your flip is going to sit and linger. Please stay away from anything within about 10 to 15-minute drive of the builder's offices. And I mean in the same price range, right? If your home is 350 and the builder is building at 950 price range, then you're safe. But If you're even remotely competing with the builder on the price range, forget about it. Just forget about it. Don't even take the deal. Sherman, as you can see, lots of new construction in Sherman. Springtown, same problem, new construction in Springtown. Alvarado, of course. As you notice, like if you notice the houses or the zip codes where you're going to see the highest struggle with unsold homes will also be, in many cases, the same zip codes that have a lot of new construction surrounding them. Tyler, actually don't have a lot of data on Tyler, so please don't quote me on this one. DeSoto, I'm surprised. DeSoto is a great town. A couple of like great, some parts of DeSoto are going faster than others, but I'm just overall surprised that DeSoto is so slow right now. 75115. 104 unsold homes, 17 homes sold at the hottest peak of the market. Mesquite, some parts of Mesquite just starting to suck. 119 days, 75150. 119, I'm sorry, homes unsold. 19 homes sold. It's like sad. Imagine trying to compete with 119 homes for only 19 buyers. So what does these columns actually represent? Okay, I want you to kind of understand what these columns represent. Listed means buyers, or listed, I'm sorry, means sellers. And sold means buyers, willing and capable buyers who are willing to pull the trigger and close. It means that for example, in Royce City, we have 303 sellers chasing after 51 buyers. What do you think is going to take to make one of those buyers commit to your home? Okay, DeSoto, Mesquite, Rockwell, entire Rockwell County, in my opinion, is just too far from the center to be a good investment. Decatur, I mean, I love the area. It's great, looks pretty, it's on the water. Yeah, great. It's not selling. Combine, Pilot Point, Kaufman. Kaufman is another sad case. You're going to see it a few more times. Gainesville, Princeton, Haltom City, parts of Haltom City, not all of them. Wills Point, again Rockwell. Aubrey, new construction, hello new construction. Forney, hello new construction. Howie, hello new construction. Crandall, new construction. Don't know about Gordonville, probably new construction. Bridgeport, don't know much about Bridgeport, suspect new construction. Lakeside, also suspect new construction. Paris, don't know much about Paris. Denison, hello new construction. And so on and so forth. So typically what you will observe is that the more rural, away from the center, new construction heavy is the area, the harder it is to sell a house in there. So for example, let's take this. Oh, Forney take the price. Remember I told you Lil Elm will take the price? I was wrong. Forney will take the price. Alongside with Aubrey. If you see homes listed in Aubrey, just walk away. Walk away. Don't look at it. Don't tempt yourself. Walk away. We have 532 homes for sale, 77 sold. 7 months of inventory means if no more homes came on the market for the rest of the year, it will take them into 2026, part of 2026 to sell all the existing stock. But the price, I think the main price is Forney. I'll be honest, when people call me and say, can you take a look? I have a great deal in Forney. I will tell them I don't know of any great deals in Forney, period. Forney is probably one of the most difficult areas right now for North Texas to be flipping in. And I would not take a house in Forney for a flip, even if it came almost for free. It's just not worth it. 8 months of inventory, you might be sitting on your deal, or you might be sitting on the flip sitting on the market. 7, 9, 10 months with multiple price cuts before the buyer will actually take the property. Okay, going forth, we have some really bad one like Maybank. Maybank is bad. Like Maybank, beautifully, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful location, horrible sales. 51 homes on the market in that zip code, 4 homes sold, right? Just imagine all of those sellers chasing those poor little 4 buyers who wandered into Maybank and said that they're ready to buy. Same thing, for example, with Denison. Denison, it's actually a duplicate right here. What I see is 166 homes unsold, 12 homes sold at the peak of the market. So imagine what's going to happen once the summer ends, the kids go back to school, and the activity drops in half. Then we're going to still have 166 homes because chances are they're still going to be there chasing 6 buyers, and their holding time is going to double. So the worst ones, now for some of them, I just don't have enough data for some reason. Either I don't have enough data or we just have some really strange data. So for example, Lone Oak, 20 homes unsold, 1 sold. Mesquite, I need to double check this data. It's from my virtual assistants, but if that's the truth, we have 30 homes unsold, used homes, pre-owned homes, with 1 home sold. 30, like how long do you think it's going to take this 30 homes to sell? If only 1 buyer decided that that zip code was a good zip code to invest in. So the worst, my observation are the worst counties are Hunt, and then east of Dallas. So look, Mesquite east of Dallas, Hunt east of Dallas, Grayson, pretty much up in the Oklahoma border, Kaufman east of Dallas, Scurry east of Dallas. Yeah. Irving, I'm surprised at the zip code. I need to double check the data and see, oh, the price range is almost $1 million. So if you're thinking about investing in a luxury home, stay away from the zip code. Maybank, east of Dallas, Henderson, east of Dallas, Ellis, south, Parker in Crescent, maybe too west or maybe too far. Camp, east of Dallas. So far I'm seeing more east than west. Couple of Parkers, Millsap and Boyd, probably too far from the center. Grayson County again. Denton County, north of Denton County. Hunt again. So east, north, west, north, Lamar, east. And then a couple of really bad zip codes for Fort Worth. Pay attention. And oh, those are actually duplicates again. So let me delete this as a duplicate. We don't need duplicates. Long story short, do be aware that not all homes are a good deal, even if they fit the 70% ARV minus repairs guideline. In some of them, if you get even, maybe less than 70% ARV minus repairs, if they're like this zip code with 10 houses unsold, 9 houses sold, average day 7 days in the market, chances are you're going to sell well. And some of them, no matter how, like even if it's 70% ARV minus repairs, if you're in Terrell, you will probably sit in the market for a while because there's only 2 people who shopped in Terrell in June, and that was the peak of the market. I mean, in this specific zip code, 75161. I'm sure that there are other zip codes in Terrell that were a little bit easier. To make it easier, so I have this table. If you need to get a hold of this table is only good for June for now. It's going to be updated with new data in August. So June, today is July. I only have data for June because that's the only completed data that I have at this moment. Within about 2 weeks, I'm going to have updated data that I'm going to collect for, July. And then once I have that updated data, feel free to ask me for the full list of zip codes. I'm going to make a smaller analysis of the best zip codes by price category, like the best zip codes to invest in under 400, the best zip codes to invest it under 600 and under 1 million in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Those will be 3 smaller separate videos. Stay tuned and subscribe if you don't want to miss my analysis on North Texas. Now, I am a realtor in North Texas. I'm really data oriented. I'm really into analysis, analytics, gathering data from multiple sources. I have a team in Philippines who can gather data and analyze data. So if you have data that you need to be analyzed and you don't have enough people to analyze or even gather that data, feel free to contact me and we'll see if we can figure out how to help you out. In the meantime, subscribe. I have more analysis coming. Also, we have new construction analysis coming a little bit later, and best places to rent, or I'm sorry, best places to buy homes for rent, the ones that are actually going to cash flow, coming up as next videos in the next 1 or 2 weeks. So make sure that you do not miss them. Talk to you soon. Oh, my name is Elena Garrett, and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Central 75 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas. I service 13 or 14 counties in North Texas, all the way to Oklahoma border, almost all the way down to Corsicana and even below, and then west to Weatherford and east probably to Taylor. So if you have properties in that specific area and you need help with analysis and a breakdown of local stats, projections for prices, etc., let me know. I'm available. Talk to you soon, guys.